Time is here. Take advantage. If you're interested in promoting your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News, music, brand, or even yourself, email me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com for more information. Don't wait. Let's go. A former street soldier turned military vet is forced back into a life of crime to save his kidnapped son from certain death. Go watch Where Loyalty Lies, starring Jamal Dennis and me, Sam Ant, CEO of Viral Hip Hop News. Where Loyalty Lies, an Abden Brothers film, available now on Tubi. Watch today.
Buildings, get it. Got our man Reggie Hayes on the podcast. How you doing today, family?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good, man. Can't complain. Happy to have you on, like we said. So how you feeling, man? How you doing? Definitely appreciate you coming on. 2021 is here. It's upon us.
Yes, sir.
We got Reggie Hayes, a.k.a. William Dent, on the podcast. So how you feeling, brother?
I'm doing real good. Thanks for having me. Right on.
No problem. So how's 2021 treating you so far? You know you had a health scare. Things were looking a little bleak last couple of months, man. So how you feeling?
Woo, I feel a lot better right now. But you know that first interview that talked to me, she kind of overblew the health scare thing a little bit. Okay. But I'm doing all right.
How have you been since COVID hit, man? We know that was like a time that stopped everybody. Not really stopped us, but kind of, changed our trajectory in life. How have you been since then? How have you made adjustments to that?
I've been locked down, man. I'm usually a homebody, so I don't really go out that much, I stay around the house and watch TV and listen to play my video games and stuff. But, I worked a little bit at the end of last year. So I'm not going to let it stop me. If there's a job, I'm going to go put the mask on and just go do it,
Okay, what video game system you got? You got that PS5? You got the new PS5?
I got Xbox.
Okay. All right. Word. So let's talk about your career, man. How did you get started in acting?
I studied theater in college. I did plays in high school and stuff. And the theater director in high school got me into school, Illinois State University. And I studied there for 4 years, got my degree, and moved to Chicago. Back up to Chicago is where I'm from. I did improv and live theater there for 5 years and moved out here in 95. Okay. So, yeah, it's been pretty good.
The Northwestern Military Academy, how was it? Traditionally, we don't, really go to those type of schools, military schools. How was that, and how did that kind of mold you into the guy you are today?
Well, it was a strict discipline school, it toughened me up a little bit, changed me from, like a little boy that just got everything easily. Mm-hmm. I had to toughen up, and, there's some tough dudes in that school. Mm-hmm. A lot of, on both sides of the there's like good cats, and then there's like rough guys in there. Kind of sit there for disciplinary reasons. I was more of a clown, so I wasn't really like a tough kid or anything. Mm. But I did okay,
Notable men of the academy. What does that mean?
Oh, they're just proud of you. They're proud of their girlfriends too. So okay. That's all that means. That's your attaboy type thing.
Now, going from Northwestern Military Academy, what did you want to do from there? Like, why did you go to that school?
Well, I went to Northwestern because my father had died when I was 14.
Okay.
And yeah, they were kind of worried about, where I was going to go. Got a strong male influence in my life and stuff. So I ended up there. But I graduated from Highland Park High School. That was a public high school north of Chicago. But I've always wanted to be an actor,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, how do you transfer from military school to being an actor? Like, what did that come into? So what was like your first, major gig? Did you start off doing commercials? How'd you like get your feet wet in acting?
My first major gig, I was in a family thing with James Earl Jones and Robert Duvall.
Mm.
I think this is like a 30th year. I think it was like 91. I was in a show. I think my first job though was, my first TV job was a show called Angel Street with Robin Givens and them back in 91. I think it's like 30 years ago. Wow. Yeah. But I was doing a lot of theater I was doing theater. That was like my first and second year out of school.
Gotcha. Now, Girlfriends, obviously, your most famous role being William Dent. Series lasted for about 8 years, I believe. Very, very popular show. How did you land that role on Girlfriends?
I auditioned for it, man. They said they auditioned everybody in town. But Mara's husband, Salim Akil, he had seen me on a show I was on before with Vivica Fox and Dwayne Martin called Getting Personal. That was in 97. And they were looking for a guy like me that's kind of straight, kind of a little nerdy. I was really nerdy on that show. But he told his wife, he was like, yeah, I think this guy would be good for it. And they read me, they called me in, auditioned 4 times, and that's what it took,
How did it feel working with 4 beautiful black women on that set?
It was rough, man. They keep you running. No, it was all right. They're sweet. They were sweet girls, really nice. I like being the only dude, so you get more attention that way.
Now, 2007, The Sexiest Man Alive. What publication named you that, and how did you feel once they put that stamp of approval on you?
That was People Magazine. I was surprised. I was like I was like, that happened like a week or so before my 30th high school reunion. So I didn't know if they were trying to do that to say thank you, or it was real good timing. I could roll up there, and do that. I'm not used to, that kind of attention. That's not part of my, people, I wouldn't say sexy, before then. I would have never said that. No one, I don't think would have said that. But, it didn't feel bad.
How many doors did that open for you after that? I mean, People Magazine is obviously huge.
I hadn't opened no doors, man. It's just another,
I got you.
It was just another.
Got you.
Yeah.
So 2007, Sexiest Man Alive. 2008, Girlfriend ends. What happened? What happened after that?
I did little parts, little roles. I was on Heart of Dixie. I did like 9 episodes of that. And First Family, I did an episode or 2 of that. And, just around town, like Criminal Minds and NCIS, parts like that. Just like a journeyman type actor around town.
I got you. How did your success from Girlfriends and then not having that much success after that affect you?
It was all right. I was sad for a while, a little sad. I was hoping that there'd be a little bit more. I was hoping that, I'd go on to other bigger things. But you got to be ready to have the hard times too. I was ready for it. I think, for it to be rougher than it was originally acting. And it was all right. It was not too rough in the beginning. But you turn 40 and things are going to slow down normally if you're not like a real big heavy. So, it's just a part of the business.
So, it was a point obviously in your career where it got real bad for you. And I'm seeing a quote here that says, "I'm homeless, broken, I'm dying." Could you take us back through that? Take us back to that time in your life where you sort of fell from grace?
Homeless, broken, dying. I think that was the interviewer of the Tribune who said that. I've never been homeless. and I'd never been broke. So that was never the deal, you know.
Okay.
The woman talked to me for 2 hours about my life, and I told her. And the only thing she could come up with was Reggie says he's homeless, broke, and dying, which wasn't true.
Okay. Glad you cleared that up.
So why did they go with that? Why did they take that out of a 2.5 hour interview, like I said, and make that the headline? Like,
because I think she was just trying to sell newspapers, man. I don't think, a lot of people aren't going to pick it up and read if it's like, Reggie's just doing just fine, It's not really but as it turned out, her little thing went viral and everybody's all excited to hear about you not doing well. And, sorry to let you know, but I am just doing just fine. That's all.
good.
So why let something like that, if it's not true, let it grow and fester, and now people starting to think that it's true? Why let that just stand there and not take any action against that individual?
Well, what are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to run out there and attack and confront everybody who tries to reprint it. I just let it go. Hopefully they would just die a death. I think it has. It doesn't matter.
So if you don't mind, set the record straight for the people, because that was everywhere. And that was the conception. Like you said, it doesn't matter who cares. And that's a powerful statement, because at the end of the day, who does care? But if you don't mind sharing, set the record straight on how Reginald Hayes is doing now.
I'm doing fine. As far as my health is concerned, I have congestive heart failure. But I've had that for 7 years, I've got on medicine. I see a doctor regularly, and I don't have any symptoms. But, that weekend, I think it was 116 degrees out in the valley.
Dang.
And the air was orange from all the smoke and flames, and I had a hard time breathing. Right. And I went to the hospital, and that's when she called.
That's the
but right now I'm on, right now I'm on Black Lightning on the CW. I couldn't really talk about it before now, but now it's premiered, so I can talk about it. So that's where I'm working now.
Go.
I play Mayor Black on Black Lightning.
Word. How did you get that call, and how did that go? How's that working on that show?
It was nice, man. I liked Atlanta. I go down there. I was down there for a few months and shot it. It was good, getting back on a regular schedule of a TV show. But, I got a call. They wanted to know if I wanted to read for the part. And I did good, so that's all she wrote.
Word.
Anything in the future we can look forward to as far as any roles, anything you might be doing that you want to let the people know about?
No, right now, man, it's I get auditions come in and I read for them, and it's yay or nay. That's how it goes. It's a rough business. I'm not like a big name.
Yeah. We always we interview a lot of actors and actresses, and we always ask them, especially being Black, we know it's a little bit different going on that role. But have you ever had any roles that they given to you that you have denied or declined because it might mess with who you are as a person, or mess with your manhood?
Nah, I pretty much take any role that somebody's going to offer me as a paycheck, and I'll take it. As long as it's not that offensive.
Gotcha.
But it's usually Black producers that offer me parts, so they're not really trying to mess with me in that way. They're pretty, they're respectful or whatever. I know.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to ask you, how was your road as a Black man in Hollywood? We love to ask that question too to a lot of the actors and actresses we have on here. Being Black in Hollywood, like how was your road?
I'm kind of typecast as, I never really played like a heavy guy or like a street guy. So no one was really, in the beginning when I was real young, like in my 20s and stuff, I got a few auditions for maybe like, gang guys or like tough guys, but it was obvious I wasn't from there. And, so I never really got those parts, so I don't know. I never really hung out. You know, I just kind of wait around my space and wait for somebody with, you know, a doctor part, a lawyer part, you know, a judge part. I do parts like that. So no one really tries to pigeonhole me in kind of like a negative, stereotypical way.
Is that by choice, or is that kind of just something that you kind of been typecasted into, those type of roles?
I like those roles. They're more like me. I've auditioned for a couple of things that I thought were kind of not that good, so I won't do a very good job at it on purpose. And then I will get, you know, I'll throw the job, so you know, so I won't get those parts. I won't allow myself to get those parts.
Gotcha.
You know, I mean, I would play any part. I think it would be a challenge if they would let me, you know, play like a tough guy, not necessarily like a villain, but a guy from, you know, different circumstances, you know, rougher circumstances. I would like to try that. But in Hollywood, you end up playing yourself mostly, or a guy just like you. You know, you're not going to put on age makeup or like a wig or something and come out and try and act and pretend to be something that's too far away from your reality. So I'm going to end up being kind of like articulate nerd guy, overly educated black guy.
Mm.
So
now, who are some of the people that influenced you to want to get into acting that you watch? You know, maybe as a youngster, say, you know what, I want to be an actor.
I guess Eddie Murphy was probably the biggest one. I was 12 when he came out, and I would get in a lot of trouble, like doing what he did on Saturday Night Live and stuff from his albums in class. Because I went to like a white school for a while there, and everyone was mortified that I was saying that kind of stuff. Because people were mad at him when he first came out. They weren't all for him. Like, oh, Eddie's a genius and stuff. People were trying to shut him down because of you know, he was so like raw, or like he was very you know you know what I'm trying to say, the word I'm looking for. So anyway, I memorized all of his stuff and just mess around with the kids and my friends and stuff. But I really thought he was special. He was really special to me. But before that, I watched all the black sitcoms like everybody else, you know, like Good Times and What's Happening and stuff. I don't know how old you guys are, but coming up, there's really only 5 TV stations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So most of America watched the same things, you know, back in those days. I like Cosby a lot too. He was a big influence of mine.
Absolutely. Speaking on Cosby, how do you feel about his situation?
Well, that's unfortunate for him, you know. I don't know how you end up doing stuff like that. Hope he gets it together. Hope he, you know, he stays healthy and gets out there and comes back at it. But I don't know. I don't let that kind of stuff, a man's life, change how I feel about the man's work. You know, there's like a lot of people that are out there that I like, that, you know, don't live perfect, exemplary lives and things like that. But I still enjoy their work.
So
And, you know, I've been listening to Cosby records since I was a little boy.
So you still step in the name of love, but you don't condone what R. Kelly did. That's what you.
Well, I was never really an R. Kelly fan, so you know, I think I heard about him from the bad stuff he did. I didn't know who he was until. I mean, I think I'd heard his songs, but I didn't know this is who that was. I was never like a fan.
Wow.
I hope he doesn't try and kick my ass now.
Yeah.
We're both old men, so that should be good to see.
Indeed. Now, you said earlier, that you and people typically play in roles that they're kind of accustomed to. Like, you can kind of go out of your comfort zone, but people typically play that role. So what do you think about people that go and play a gay role, or a man that plays in a woman role? We don't really see the reverse. But what do you think about that? Like, is that just acting, or is a little piece of that in them too?
Well, I mean, there's got to be something. You got to be good at it. You know, you got to be convincing at it. You know, otherwise, you know, they're like, well, what is he doing? If you play that role, you play the role. You know, I guess. But there's guys that play homosexuals on TV that aren't gay. So, you know, but so if you want to do, there's a lot of money in it. You know, it's an ABC show or Will and Grace. One of those cats was straight, and then Family Thing, or not Family Thing, Modern Family. One of those guys was straight on that show too. It would be difficult. I don't think I'd be able to. You know, it'd be uncomfortable. Yeah. And I don't know. But
sorry, you think it's more of an agenda for black men to take these roles in Hollywood, as opposed to the white counterparts? Like you see more, more so black men given these roles as women, homosexual roles, etc.
That's a good question. I don't think so. I think there's just more of a awakening and kind of like an acceptance of the lifestyle. So they're bringing, gay people, LGBTQ people into the mainstream. So they're just putting more of this stuff out there. I wish there was more parts for just regular, nice, straight guys like me to do.
Right.
But I'm not about taking bread out of anybody's mouth. And I'm not, homophobic or bigoted or whatever. So
right.
To each his own, as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think it's a problem that you even have to say that? Like, because you don't, as a proud heterosexual man, you have to say I'm not, just because you wouldn't do something that you weren't comfortable with in 2021? Because it seems like if you go against the grain or something you don't agree with, you're automatically just deemed terrible. You're this, you're that, you're what's the word I'm looking for? You're canceled. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about that? Is that fair for you to even have to defend yourself?
No, I think everybody's, sensitive. So
yeah.
If they ask, I'll just say no, whatever. Yeah.
No, we definitely appreciate you, man, today on the program, man. Definitely. You got anything else, man?
Nah, thank you very much, brother. Definitely appreciate you. Drop your social media handles, and one more time, you're going to be on Black Lightning, right? So yeah, set that give a little promo for that too, bro.
On Black Lightning Monday nights at 8:00 Pacific Standard Time on the CW.
So.
And I'm on Instagram at Reggie Hayes, Reggie H, I guess. On Instagram. So come and say hello.
Indeed, bro. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you reaching back and doing this afternoon, this evening. Reggie Hayes, salute. Appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for talking to me.
All right, man.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right.